everybody, welcome to City Beat. I'm Crystal Allen. So glad you could spend some time with me. I'm coming to you on location from Las Vegas Boulevard near Charleston. Okay, it's no secret. Las Vegas is known worldwide for its classic neon, like this vintage sign you see behind me here. Well, you know, in most cases, the motels that these signs adorned are long gone, but the signs and the motels are back thanks to an exhibit at the Charleston Heights Arts Center. Let's go check it out. We're checking in to one of the city's newest exhibits right here at the Charleston Heights Arts Center. Hi there, I'm Crystal Allen with City of Las Vegas TV. The exhibit is called Vacancies, the Dead Motels of Las Vegas. We're going to take a step back into time, and I'll be your concierge tour guide. From the room keys to the check-in desk, it's a nostalgic backdrop for an exhibit showcasing some of Las Vegas's most memorable motels. Properties which are long gone have been resurrected and featured in Vacancy, the Dead Motels of Vegas exhibit.
My dad was in the gaming business, and then so there was a housing shortage at the time in the mid 80s, and then so they wanted him to come to work right away, so they moved us into a hotel on the Strip, the old Desert Inn.
David Cooper is the creative force behind it. Blending his love of vintage Vegas and art, he created the drawings in this exhibit using ink and mixed media.
There's the glass pools there, is our first one and probably the most iconic in Las Vegas.
Located at the Mirage Motel, the glass pool opened on the Strip in the mid-50s. It was the place to see and to be seen, quite literally. This is Cooper's drawing of the Fun City Motel. It opened in 1952 under a different name. It sat next to the world-famous Chapel of the Bells near Las Vegas Boulevard and Sahara.
The chapel is still there to this day, and it's still like, you know, is the harbinger of bad decisions.
As for the Fun City sign now, its new home is on Las Vegas Boulevard, just south of Charleston. Take a drive up Charleston, headed west, and you'll likely catch this free aspirin and tender sympathy sign in the medical district. You'll also see it here in Cooper's exhibit. Dating back to the 1950s, it hung outside an old Union 76 gas station where the Park MGM and New York, New York now stand. He blended what he found with his creative musings, and the exhibit was born.
Or the RC machine like in the Desert Isle might not have been there, but there was one there.
Each of Cooper's drawings is highlighted with a personalized frame, all thanks to Corey Replogle. This is the Orbit Motel, which once sat where downtown Container Park is now. It was the site of the deadliest bombing in Las Vegas history, killing 6 people after a man set off dynamite in a room with his wife inside. Replogle shares his inspiration behind the frame.
And I just kept thinking of a Twilight Zone episode of just like, why nobody knows why this guy did it. Like that kaleidoscope, like that hypnotizing kind of thing. That's kind of what I wanted to go with this.
Then there's the Blue Angel Motel and its iconic 15-foot statue.
Then I did these little, what I call like face splines. They go all the way through it, help hold it together to kind of emulate the old like ornate religious frames, like kind of like it's actually shining light.
Also, a nod to Shine a Light Foundation, one of the nonprofits supported from the sale of that painting. The sale also benefited the Klein Veterans Fund. Replogle also made the throwback check-in desk and the hotel room keys. And you can check in to this exhibit at the Charleston Heights Arts Center through the end of April. Let's stay on our trip back through time. I'm actually standing inside the historic John S. Park neighborhood. It's considered the first and oldest suburb in Las Vegas, dating back to 1931. Located between downtown and the Strip, it was home to strip workers, casino executives, and some of the most famous and infamous faces in Las Vegas.
So hello everybody, my name's Alan Rogers. Hello. So this is a tour of the people who founded Las Vegas. This house is interesting. It had an ad in the newspaper bragging that they had air conditioning. Well, it's crazy. Again, this neighborhood's so nuts because like everything has so many things. Okay, does anybody remember Alpine Village? So he was, wow, that was an aggressive driver. I just like to imagine this house out here in the middle of nowhere because this was out here for about 5 years before anything else. I researched the 340 houses in the neighborhood, their history, and I mean, like, there are like 120 good stories. We're going to tell 20 of them today. Let's go ahead and start. We're actually going to start with the oldest home in the neighborhood. In fact, the oldest home south of Charleston. So this was the first one, 1931. This was way before air conditioning was built into houses. So you can see it has kind of this tall roof line. And it's also got this really high transom and this vent at the top. That actually helped with the heat in the summer. Right across the street here is one of the first mayors of Las Vegas and his house. So this is kind of interesting. So this, in fact, let's move down the street a little bit. So this is William Farron's house, and it was built in the 1940s. Farron, he was the mayor. He owned White Cross Drugs, which you see it over there. It used to be on Fremont Street originally, and he became mayor during a time when Las Vegas almost died. So, you know, in the 1920s, after the railroads, you know, they were like, hey, screw you, Las Vegas, because you joined the railroad strike. He became mayor right then, and he wasn't sure if Las Vegas was going to
survive.
Yeah, and so he was mayor during a very, very, very difficult time. He was the mayor when the dam was announced, and suddenly everybody was like, oh, okay, we're not going to be, you know, another Nevada ghost town, because he really thought it was going to become a ghost town. So this house is interesting. It had an ad in the newspaper bragging that they had air conditioning in the built-in air conditioning. So they built the vents in and everything. So this is a house from the 1940s. Notice the giant windows in the front.
Yeah.
You can tell that's a post-World War II house, because in World War II we learned how to make glass a lot better because of the bombers and stuff like that. And so after the war, people would build these giant windows to kind of show how baller they were. This guy, this is George Franklin Sr.'s house. George Franklin Sr., Franklin Street, right down here, is named after him. He immigrated to the United States alone when he was 9 years old. In World War I, he developed an engine for the airplanes, and then he invented a machine gun harness so that you could fire machine guns from an airplane. So he like has all these patents to his name. He lost a lot of money during the Depression. He was like, I'm going to work for the government, and that's what he did. He worked for HUD. He helped bring all that the housing authority money to Nevada, and he helped lay this whole neighborhood out. So this is Bob Stupak's home. So he lived here, and really, he's the reason
Vegas World.
Yeah, Vegas World and the Stratosphere, right? So we have both the good and the bad son here. This place was debaucherous, parties all the time, all that kind of stuff. This is not the place where he was like murdered and stuff like that. He was living over in Pinto Palomino, I think, at that point. But so this was his house. Kind of represents the dark side of gaming to me. What it can turn into with the negativity and all the nastiness. In one block, we can understand 100 years of Las Vegas history, which I think is pretty unique for the Las Vegas.
Special thanks to the Nevada Preservation Foundation and our tour guide, who did such a fabulous job, Alan Rogers. Also, shout out to Councilwoman Olivia Diaz of Ward 3. Of course, this is her ward, and her special assistants for letting us know about this really cool historic tour. Something else you might not know. The city also helped the John S. Park Neighborhood Association with these signs showcasing the historic neighborhood. From the homes to the font displayed on the sign, it reflects an evolution through the eras from 1930s through the 1970s. All right, everybody, a lot more City Beat to come on the other side of the break. We're actually staying inside some of the oldest neighborhoods in the city of Las Vegas, but we're going to show you how the city is stepping up to help homeowners in those neighborhoods. Stay with us. We'll be back.
Hey, dude. I know the wait for a ride tonight is ridiculous.
In a cab, it would be super expensive. It would totally suck to have to come back to get your car.
But man, you know what else would suck? You getting you killed, driving home wasted.
If you won't listen to anyone else, at least listen to you. Save yourself. Always drive sober. Paid for by the Nevada Departments of Public Safety and Transportation.
Hey everybody, welcome back to City Beat. I'm Crystal Allen. We're still here standing inside the historic John S. Park neighborhood. Well, in some of our city's older neighborhoods, the homeowners from time to time have had issues maintaining the property, especially when it comes to code violations. Well, there's a city program stepping up to help. The iconic Hunt Ridge Theater isn't the only property poised for restoration in this neighborhood. Behind the historic hall are homes, receiving much-needed help from the city of Las Vegas.
Very good, it's making me happy.
Renter Jorge Silva lives at this home with the homeowners who are elderly and disabled. About a year ago, the property faced numerous code violations, from overgrown vegetation to a backyard stacked with hazards. But the property has undergone a major transformation. Just look at these pictures. The homeowners were eligible to receive $7,500 to address the code violations. It's all thanks to SHIFT, or the Safe Home Improvements Funding and Training Program. And for those who qualify, the program is ready to help.
We want to ensure that people are able to remain safe in their homes. This program supports a lot of elderly folks as well as folks that have disabilities that are on fixed incomes.
And safety was a major issue. A fence, once separating the home from an alley, fell down.
This is a hot spot for our homeless population to come and set up camp.
We have a lot of party for the homeless here, making a fire and everything. That was awful, like 10 people over here. That was crazy, every single day.
These seared utility poles are permanent reminders of the fires that broke out. But in this situation, the city couldn't do it all alone. Lucas Paratat of LFP Restoration and Jose Navarro of N&M Construction have worked with the city on past projects. They stepped up to help with the bill.
Main thing is, again, giving back.
The two covered the rest of the costs: building a fence, cleaning up debris, and getting Home Depot to provide supplies.
It's going to be really good for them so they can feel safe.
Under the SHIFT program, homeowners can receive up to $30,000 to help with a number of services, including code violations, lead-based paint, housing rehabilitation, as well as addressing and preventing water leaks. In helping homeowners, the program hopes to address a larger issue.
We don't add to the homeless crisis that we're having now, and so allowing people to age in place, age safe, have safe homes for their children.
Since 2020, the SHIFT program has repaired or restored 400 homes. In this neighborhood, it's helped 10 homes. Just one part of a restoration journey for a neighborhood looking for a rebirth. Yeah, it's really a great program, making a big impact on the lives of a lot of people when they need it most. For more information, you can contact the number that you see on your screen. Again, you can get up to $30,000 in help depending on the home's needs and if you qualify. You can also visit our website, that of course being lasvegasnevada.gov. Well, we probably all heard the commercial by now. It's a desert out there. We're going to show you what the city is doing to be water smart in creative ways. Take a look.
Did you know the city of Las Vegas creates animals and plants out of steel to decorate our roadway medians? This not only helps us to conserve water, but also beautifies our communities. Join us today as we meet the team that's responsible for these pieces of art, like this dinosaur you see here today at Garside Pool. When you live in a desert, you have to be water smart. But how do we accomplish that? There are a myriad of conservation efforts happening in Las Vegas, from xeriscaping to the removal of non-functional turf on city properties. There is also another way that the city saves millions of gallons of water annually, but you probably don't notice it as you drive around. The roadway medians in Las Vegas are home to steel decorations that bring art, beauty, and whimsy to our streets, while not using a drop of water. Senior welder Mike Dunn and his team at the city's welding shop always have a long list of tasks, from creating fencing to making repairs on the city fleet and signage. The sparks are always flying in the welding shop. By far the best part of the job is creating the cacti, Joshua trees, quail, bighorn sheep, and other pieces of art that bring some flair to our roadways. The program began in 2010 as the city was looking for ways to be more sustainable. The sculptures have proven to be nearly indestructible and have made irrigation in medians a thing of the past. The team designs, cuts, and fashions the pieces before they go out for paint. Then they come back to the shop and Mike and the team do all the detail painting and finishing touches. Some of the designs can take weeks to complete and install, and the team uses specialized tools like a plasma cutter and sandblaster to create their masterpieces. Many times the team has to be problem solvers, working out how a piece can be engineered to stand up properly. For example, how would you go about balancing a large steel dinosaur or several-ton woolly mammoth skull? Mike always starts with a reference, and in the case of the dinosaur, he used a wooden model that he bought for his son. The team fashioned each bone, but after assembling the dino, they had more work, creating supports and engineering the legs so that their new friend could support its weight. Today, their dino stands proudly outside of Garside Junior High School to remind visitors that the area is rich in fossils.
Special thanks to our Public Information Officer, Jace Brackey, for bringing us that story. All right, stay with us. A lot more City Beat to come.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
I'm Crystal Allen with City of Las Vegas TV.
And I'm Shakayla Alvarenga. We're inside of the historic courtroom at the Mob Museum.
Well, the City of Las Vegas TV and the Mob Museum are coming together for an exciting new partnership.
That's right. You can now watch the Mob Museum's acclaimed public programs on City of Las Vegas TV. From our exciting tribute to the Moulin Rouge to a look back at Las Vegas legends with the Sons of the Pioneers.
It's all here on City of Las Vegas TV and streaming on our YouTube channel.
It's history made engaging and entertaining. So check out the Mob Museum, the city's most arresting venue.
I like what she did there. And City of Las Vegas TV.
We're sharing the story of organized crime.
And we are so proud to be your community connection. Congratulations to our Employee of the Month, Charles, also known as Chuck Chacon. Chacon works tirelessly as a member of the city's SHIFT team, or Safe Home Improvement Funding and Training. The program helps homeowners with repairs and improvements to avoid code and safety violations. Chuck, a neighborhood outreach specialist, addresses each resident with compassion and clarity, many of whom would not be able to afford the help his team provides. Chacon not only addresses immediate concerns, but also works to avoid long-term issues that would lead to more code and safety violations. For his dedication to help local residents stay in their homes and improve their quality of life, we congratulate Chuck Chacon as our City of Las Vegas Employee of the Month. Thanks for staying with us. You're watching City Beat. I'm Crystal Allen. Appreciate you spending a little more time with us. Las Vegas Fire and Rescue is always on standby for emergencies, and they go through a lot of training so they're ready for emergency rescues like this.
Oh, there it goes, there it goes. Oh.
Doing palm tree rescue training, it's geared specifically for the untrained arborists that are going out there and trimming trees.
Black, orange.
Unfortunately, a couple weeks ago, we did have a fatality in the city of Las Vegas of a palm tree worker. Going through the valley, you'll see a lot of palm trees with what we call a skirt or a beard, whereas the fronds, every year they die and they fall down, and after several years, they start forming a larger skirt, if you will, around the tree. All those fronds are kind of woven together, but not necessarily attached to the tree anymore as the years go on. That skirt weighs approximately 100 pounds per linear foot. So if you have a 10-foot skirt, you're looking at 1,000 pounds.
Did some technical rescue stuff before?
When I was in college, I got really into it.
We're so grateful to have Mayor Pro Tem Knudsen come out here, join us. It's great, one, to see our city representatives, acknowledging our hard work that we put in back to the city, and so that they can see what additional needs as well and training that we need to keep up with to be able to keep our citizens safe.
Pull that up on your advance. There you go. At the same time, put your arm through here.
I think public safety is the most important thing we can do as the city of Las Vegas. It's our #1 priority, and I want to understand everything about it. Also, this is super cool. Not everybody gets to experience life this way, and so I'd like to take advantage of the opportunities presented to me.
Our first line of defense is really our truck companies. They're strategically placed around the valley, and if they can get access to those trees first, getting a basket straight to where the victim is and right above them and start removing the skirt, that's the best and easiest way to be able to free a worker.
Right there? Yeah. All right, so we're capturing that center crown.
If we don't have access, so it's a backyard, there's not access for a truck company, then we need to use a line gun.
Arnold!
A 22 shot line gun that has like a football at the end of it that we can shoot up and over the tree, and it will have a little messenger line that goes over the tree. It can be very tricky with the fronds. You want to have the placement of that line kind of right in the center of that crown, and if it's not there, you either have to take it down and try it again because you want it right in that middle of that crown.
Almost. There it is. So you're gonna just stand here for a few minutes and they're gonna get you set.
I'm good.
These guys are gonna lift you though, okay? You can yell stop at any time we get stopped. As you start to come up, this is gonna get a little uneven, gonna get a little tight. So let us know if you need to stop and adjust anything.
It will be good.
Okay?
Thank you.
Pretty slow. Pretty slow. If you get close, just keep your feet in front of you and kick off the concrete.
We raised him up in the tree. There was not fronds, palm fronds down, covering him like an injured worker would be.
Rescue ready? Rescue ready?
We were able to raise him up on one system and created another system off the truck company, using the truck company as a high point. That way we can have the rescuer on a totally different system that they can go down and rescue. And so then it ends up being what's called a pick-off rescue.
Any medical history or allergies, medications?
Nope.
All right. All right, when I get up there to you, I'll give you a giant bear hug, okay?
Okay.
Patient on our system. All right. Ready for down slow.
Mayor Pro Tem Knudsen was a great victim, if you will, and we were able to get him up in the tree and then do a pick-off rescue of him and simulate freeing that worker from their system and bringing him down safely.
Ground. All right. Slide on man in belay. All right, Ryan. I'll clip you real quick and I'll help you up to your feet. Legs still feeling okay?
Yeah,
all right.
Good.
Perfect. You're unhooked. I'll help you up.
Awesome.
Nicely done.
That's cool.
Thanks. Outstanding work, brother.
That's fun.
Thanks, Ryan.
That was great. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Appreciate
absolutely.
it.
We'd like to thank Las Vegas Fire and Rescue for letting us stop by for that training. Well, you know what they say, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. We had a chance to hang out with our mayor, Mayor Shelley Berkeley, in Brewery Row. Of course, Brewery Row has become a hotspot in downtown Las Vegas, really a popular place among locals and tourists alike. Mayor Shelley Berkeley wanted everyone to know that our downtown businesses and pubs are the place to be. Check out this little taste of our tour during our pub crawl with Mayor Shelley Berkeley.
Hi everybody, it's Mayor Shelley Berkeley, and I'm here in the Arts District in downtown Las Vegas, checking out the nightlife. We're going to do a pub crawl, and the first place we're coming to is Rebar and its sister bar, Davies. We're excited about this, so why don't you come along with me? What do you want the mayor to drink?
Well, you know what I probably want you to drink is a mystery beer. That's what we're known for.
Mystery beer.
Yeah, it's a mystery beer. It comes in a brown bag. It's got our little hand-drawn question mark on it.
Okay, all right.
and then you get to look and see what it is. Now, if you come in with your friends, you all order a mystery beer. Maybe one of you like a different style. You can switch them around, but let's see what you got. You got a little hand-drawn question mark.
A hand-drawn question mark that I have lost. Oh, there it is. All right.
Here.
All right, we're going to take a sip of the mystery beer. Oh, that's delicious.
What'd you end up with? Let's see.
I don't know.
You got Samuel Adams.
Oh yeah, dark vanilla porter. That's what I could taste it.
Yeah, right? So there you go. You get some quality beer there. It's only $3.
What the what?
This was the old Davies locker sign. I dug it out of the trash. It was at this bar that had been around since 1961 over on Desert End. And then we brought it in here. I had it restored in this rat rod style. So the Arts District's come a long way in the last 10 years.
Oh my God, I'd like from non-existent to now. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
And we're really happy for you, and we're really excited, and we know that you're going to help us continue all the great things that the city of Las Vegas does in this area.
The next 10 years are going to be explosive. Ricardo. Salud. Yeah, salud. L'chaim. Hi everybody, it's Mayor Berkeley again. We are still here in the Arts District at one of the best breweries, not only in Las Vegas, but in the entire country. Visitors and locals alike love Huddle. Let's go see what it looks like inside.
So we have a Premier Brewing System, which is out of San Diego. Bought the brew house from them. So this is kind of where most of the actual magic happens. We do a little bit over 2,200 barrels a year is what we're on pace for, which is 4,400 kegs.
17 beers on tap. This is the place to be, and it's right in the middle of the Arts District in downtown Las Vegas. Fabulous, fabulous. All right, I'm taking another sip. I'm here at Abel Baker, and I can't wait to see it. Hello.
Hello, how you doing, Mayor Berkeley?
I'm fine.
Hi, I'm Ryan.
Ryan
Hernandez.
I've
Great to
heard
meet
of you. Yes.
Oh, great.
I know, and I've heard of this wonderful establishment.
It is a wonderful establishment.
And I see it's not even 5 o'clock yet, and you're full.
Yes, exactly, yeah.
How many? Oh, my God.
So these are all the beers that we have. So number 1 through 28 are all brewed here at Abel Baker Brewing.
Wow. Thank you for joining me, the mayor of Las Vegas, as I did my mini pub crawl. If I haven't convinced you to come down here, don't forget to make sure you do. You're going to have the time of your life.
And we had so much fun with the mayor. We thank her for allowing us to hang out with her for her pub crawl through Brewery Row. Listen, she tells us, rest assured, there's a lot more of these to come, so stay tuned, as they say. All right, we want to thank you for joining us for City Beat. Always a pleasure. You can always see these episodes and all of our stories on YouTube. City of Las Vegas TV is the YouTube page. For now, that's all we got. Thank you for spending time with us. We'll see you next time.
Find out what's going on all over the city of Las Vegas by subscribing to the City Beat e-newsletter. Simply scan this QR code to get a preview of each show twice a month.